So what would you say are some of the philosophies that kind of guide what your vision is for that ministry?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is when I came into student ministry a while ago, like I had every idea under the sun that I was like, I want to do all these things and change all these things. And I was just talking about it last night at middle school that the biggest thing about 5 years ago that just hit me like a bag of bricks out of nowhere is I was like, man, I want to make sure every student feels and is told every single time that they are loved and that they are known. So my mantra for multiple years was, you are known and you are loved.
Yeah.
Like that is the only thing that matters. And it's like, if I can do that on like behalf of Jesus Christ and usher them into a relationship with him, and then doing that on a friendship basis, I was like, God will take care of everything else.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I had a lot of like fun ideas and cool things that I thought like would be marked out, and threw all that out the window and started going off of that one sentence, and it changed everything.
That's amazing. Yeah. So I think that is such a good lesson for anything, right? Is to kind of know what your goal is and then work everything backwards and make sure everything aligns up with that.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And that's super powerful too. So many of our students, I think, struggle and just are like, does anybody even see me? Am I known? And so just to have that recognition is so powerful.
For sure. Yeah. And I think a lot of us, like, we look at like what we experience as our home life, and I've got two great parents that live together and are still married over 30 years. And it's like, oh, everyone's got to have that same thing. And then you start having these conversations, and at least for myself over the last decade, I'm like, oh, not every student has that same home life.
Yeah.
And not every student just wakes up and it's like, hey, I'll see you when you get home, honey. Like, I love you.
Yeah.
So literally every time I bring it up, I'm like, hey, like, I don't know, some of you walked out of your house to even get to youth group tonight.
Yeah.
And no one said, hey, I love you. Like, I can't wait to see you when you get home. And it's like, if we get to be that person for them when we have them for an hour and a half, it's like, I'm going to take every opportunity and tell them how much we love them and how much Jesus loves them.
That's amazing.
So.
What do you see, like, what's the biggest thing you're seeing, like, youth facing right now?
I think it's ever changing. But I think right now, and especially the light of the recent of everything in the last couple of weeks, is just they feel like there is a mountain of brokenness and suffering that is like they can't get around it, they can't get over it. Us as believers, we know that Jesus has conquered the world and he's greater than all, but when someone is just without Christ and without hope and they're just staring at this mountain of life, I think it seems for them impossible. And I think that's why we saw, especially with COVID and everything, like a rise of suicidal thoughts and things like that and self-harm. And I think the lack of hope youth have right now is dauntingly high. And they start to make some pretty rash decisions when they don't have someone reminding them of that.
Yeah,
so.
I think that's so true. I think that you see that in adults too, right? Yeah. Like just the brokenness in the world. And I heard someone say that when you see that brokenness or the unjust or unfairness, it really should remind us that this isn't our forever home, our heaven is our forever home, right? And that just shows us that this isn't where we're supposed to be forever. But it's easier said than done.
1,000%, yeah.
You've seen it in your time then, the rise of social media and phones and all of that. What are your thoughts and how that's impacted?
Yeah, I'm like the best and the worst for this because like I love social media. I love my phone, probably too much.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's a balance. It's so hard. But I think the hard part is like there's not a happy medium, and I don't know how and I don't know when, but we gotta find it because it's like anything. I think a lot of us end up in this pendulum world, and it's like I'm gonna throw my phone away. I'm gonna get a flip phone, and like I don't want to be addicted to things I am. And it's like, okay, but then eventually you go back and you get your phone, and it's like you just swing back to all those things.
Yeah.
So it is really hard. It I think has ruined a lot of the connective relationships that humans have. So many pastors and communicators say it. It's like we're the most connected that we've ever been, but we're the most isolated. Right. And it's so true. Yeah. It is so true. It's like you sit there and you're like, I've got 1,000 followers. It's like, cool. If like crap hits the fan, like who are you calling? And it's no one on that list.
Right.
Like if you don't have like 4 to 5 people in your life that you can call and say, hey, I'm having a bad day and I don't know what I'm going to do about it. Yeah. It's like you need those people in your life.
For sure.
So yeah, I think that's the hard part is we've gotten so hyped up with like, I want to have all this like clout and hype and all this stuff. And we like it, and we all do, and myself included.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you don't have those friends where it's like, I can call you for a hard time, or literally I called my friend for a good laugh last night. I was like, dude, you got to hear this story.
Yeah.
And he literally, we were just laughing on the phone. I was like, cool, bye.
Yeah.
Like, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
Like, you need those relationships in your life for the highs and the lows, for sure. And I think we're struggling with that right now.
Today's episode is sponsored by Stacy Williams with Bright Mortgage. Reach out to Stacy for all your home lending and refinance needs. He is the best. Thank you for watching the episode. You know, our podcast is called The Real Deal, where real estate meets real life. And I love sharing these real life stories, but we are also in the real estate business. And so if you have any real estate needs, maybe you're thinking about buying or selling or wanting to invest in real estate, we would love to help you. Yeah, I agree. I think that's why community is so important, because I think we all have that desire inside of us to be connected and to be in a community and to be known, like you were saying earlier. So to be in a position where you can help foster that, it can be so powerful.
Yeah.
Both Elise and Mallory lead groups, and I've seen how they've been blessed through that, and that's so cool. What would you say when it comes to your leaders, right? Because you can't do this alone.
Yeah.
Like, what are some of the philosophies and things you try to teach them or lead them with?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is like, it's not about you anymore. It's like you're stepping into this awkward gap. I think that is one of the biggest things that leaders have to do, especially in a church setting, is like, you are going to step into a gap that sometimes you don't know what's in that gap for that student. And it's also really hard. Like, I remember the first time back in the middle of May, we had 15 or 18 leaders to start, which felt amazing. And literally I was like, hey, like, you like have to throw all of what you want out the door because we don't know them. Like, literally Echoes Youth was starting. Right. And I was like, they don't know us. We don't know them. Like, you are going to have to be so on the front line of like, hey, like, I'm Tom, nice to meet you, like, and being over the top and winning in the relationship side. Yeah. And that's why I tell them, like, if you don't win in relationships, you're not going to win at all. For sure. Like, we could do all the fun things on stage, or you can bring in cookies or whatever, but it's like, if you don't have a relationship with them, it's not going to be authentic at all. Yeah. So I always tell people, and that's my strength too, is relationship. It's like, we're going to out relationship anyone in their life. Their coaches, sometimes even their parents, like any of that. Like, we're going to be a safe, consistent person in their life through a relationship. Yeah. So. And you have kids. I don't know this for a fact, like, it's not, but I can imagine that aren't believers. Yeah. You have believers, right? You have all like ranges. How do you cultivate a message that reaches all of that? Like, what is your focus when it comes to the message? For sure. Yeah, I think there's a two-pronged answer to that, especially for Echoes right now. Like, the model we've built, like what we're in right now, like our youth nights, what we had last night, and this Sunday is like, that is the night that I'm like, hey, Christians, bring your friends that don't know Jesus. This past one, we handed out invite cards. I'm like, you better bring everybody here. Yeah. Because it's like, we're believing that someone's life could be changed for this. Yeah. But then on those weeks where it's not that big invite night, it's like, hey, like, we want to build up the saints. Like, we want to build up this church of now, not this whole like, hey, you'll figure this out when you're older. It's like, no, you're going to be the church of now and get this figured out right now for yourselves. So when you go out into your Gilbert Christian, Perry High School, all these different schools, and it's like, you're going to be the light of the world, the salt of the earth, in a way that someone has to look at their life and be like, oh, they're different. I love that. Like, that's the whole goal. It's like, hey, we want the saints to be the saints, but it's like, you still got to go be the light and the salt. And it's like, if you don't got that light and the salt, it's like, you're missing something. For sure. So that's the main mantra right now. So I love it. Yeah. I love that idea of like getting them to invite their friends. Yeah. I think I know, obviously I have a son, 13, Chase, and he is the same, like, always wants his friends to come and be there. And it just becomes like, that's where we go on Wednesday nights. Yeah. And I think getting back, I think there's a shift right now too, that through community of like what Chase and everybody, like, it's that relationship side. But I think church right now, and especially this next generation, they want church to look like church. Probably back when I was barely in church and like when we were all grown up, that looks a little bit more liturgical. Yes. There's the sacraments a little bit more involved in the service. And I think just through high school, like, we've seen the fruit of that so prevalent. Yeah. Every week in that, we've taken a moment of response at some weeks, some pretty great lengths to ask students to respond to the gospel. And the gospel is weird and it's complicated and it's messy, but it's like, the gospel is freeing and it's powerful. So it's like, every week we present it in a way. It's like, hey, we don't want to have a lip service faith, as Pastor Daniel always says.
Yeah.
So it's like, if he's believing that for the big room, like we're going to believe that for our teenagers too. So every week they have a moment to get out of their chairs and do something to respond.
That's awesome. I think there's been this movement with the church is where youth group is just fun.
Yeah.
And you're completely missing the point.
Yeah.
And so I think that's so cool to hear you say that.
Yeah. And what's funny is I've caught myself going the other way.
Really?
When I met Daniel, like we were talking about stuff and like reviewing some stuff, and he goes, "Where's the fun?"
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, like, so I've had to catch myself even going the other way. He's
Yeah.
like, "We still gotta have some fun." I was like,
Yes.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So we're finding our balance of like, hey, we gotta have fun. We gotta break the awkwardness a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's like, hey, when it's time to get down to it, it's like, we're gonna be unapologetic
For
about
sure.
the Word of God and how we are in relationship with Him.
I love it.
Yeah. So it's been a good time doing it.